Welcome back, Holistic Soul Sisters. I'm Mandy Rose, your holistic health coach, spiritual mentor, and astrologer. In today's video, we're talking all about the new moon in Scorpio. And oh my, this new moon is going to be so intense, and it's actually going to lead us up and prep us for the brand new eclipse cycle happening right here in the sky where this new moon is happening. So in this video, we are going to dive into the basics of a new moon in Scorpio. What does Scorpio represent? We're going to talk about some fun facts around this new moon in Scorpio in 2021. Then we'll dive into the aspects and the conversations that the new moon is having with the other planets in the sky and what lessons they're trying to teach us at this time. And then lastly, I'm going to give you guys some things and activities that you can do around this new moon to harness this energy and maximize it in your life. So let's dive right in. This new moon is happening on Thursday, November 4th at 5:14 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So go ahead and adjust that to whatever time zone you are in. And it's happening at 12 degrees of Scorpio. So that means that the sun and the moon are hugging, combining, conjoining in the sky at 12 degrees of Scorpio. So I'm going to throw up the chart here for you guys to see. This is a map of all the planets and where they are at 5:14 p.m. at the time of this new moon in Scorpio. Now remember, new moons are all about new beginnings, new chapters starting. It's a time for us to set new intentions, start new projects, put that manifestation of that new life that you want to create. And it's even more powerful and intense during a Scorpio new moon because Scorpio is all about transformation. Now, when we have a new moon in a certain zodiac sign, like the new moon in Scorpio, that intention, that manifestation, that project that we begin can take up to 6 months to come to fruition. And that usually occurs during the next full moon in that same zodiac sign. So the next full moon in Scorpio that we're having is not going to be all the way until May 16th. But that full moon is actually going to be a total lunar eclipse. Super powerful, a full moon on steroids. So whatever you set right now as an intention will grow and blow up as this eclipse cycle begins in Taurus and Scorpio at the end of this month in November. So to better understand the energy that this new moon in Scorpio is bringing to us, first we have to understand the energy of the zodiac sign Scorpio. If you caught my sun season video that I posted about a week ago, we dove into all the energies that Scorpio brings to us during the 4 weeks of Scorpio season. So first of all, Scorpio is a water energy. It loves to deal with the emotions. It deals with our intuition and our empath ability. And you have to remember, when you have a new moon in Scorpio, not only do you have the water energy of the zodiac sign Scorpio, but the moon also rules our emotions. So during this time, anytime there's a new moon in a water sign, we have this heightened sense of intuition. Like we kind of just know things that are happening. So you might feel around this new moon very intuitive, like you're getting messages, you're getting downloads. You're also feeling very empathic, so picking up energy from other people. So be very careful about taking on too much negativity. Try to immerse yourself in your own energy and clearing your energy when you're around other people. And also pay attention to your emotions. A lot of emotions get stirred up over the course of the 4 weeks when the sun is in Scorpio, but especially when we have this new moon in Scorpio. Scorpio is a zodiac sign that loves to go deep. It's a water energy that's all about like going deep, deep, deep into the ocean where it's dredge up all those subconscious things. It likes to talk about taboo subjects. It deals with secrecy and manipulation and control. Scorpio is very intense energy. When it comes on, it just crashes into you. Now, Scorpio, on the flip side, is all about transformation. It is like the phoenix rising from the ashes. So during Scorpio season, we all are in this transition phase of letting something in our life die, fade away, shed, or releasing so that there is space and there is room for new to come into our life so we can rebirth. It's like that saying that the plane can't land until the runway is clear. So when we have this new moon in Scorpio and we are manifesting new beginnings and we are wanting to set new intentions for new things in our life, we have to remember to also do the deep dive, the energetic and emotional work of clearing out those subconscious belief systems, those things that we keep secret and hidden from ourselves and from the world. Clear them out and release them at the time of this new moon so we can transform and welcome in this new rebirth that we're wanting for our lives. You'll see when we dive into the aspects that the other planets are making at the time of this new moon, there's a lot of emphasis on Scorpio energy. So we're gonna wanna dive deep in your relationships with other people, in your life. You're gonna wanna get to the bottom of things, but be careful of unearthing too much, of digging up too much too quick, because sometimes you'll uncover things that you didn't wanna know. And once you know it, you can't unknow it, right? And Scorpio rules secrets. So at this time of this new moon, you might be getting information that you didn't have before, secrets that were kept from you, and now you're being made aware of them. So this can be a very emotional time, like I said. Now, the ruler of Scorpio is the planet Mars and Pluto. It actually has two rulers, which makes Scorpio very unique. Mars is the planet of intensity, of fire, of passion, our ambition, our drive, our sexual desires. It's all about that intensity of life and that go-getter energy. And Pluto is all about transformation, new beginnings, death and rebirth, diving into our control and our ego and our manipulation, like those super subconscious things that rule our life. So these two planets and where they are in the sky at the new moon in Scorpio are also going to indicate what might be brought up for us at this time. So we'll dive into that in just a moment. But remember, Scorpio new moons, a time for transformation, a time for setting new intentions, a time for going deep and clearing out and getting ready to rebirth in the next chapter of our lives. So with that, let's dive into two really fun facts about the new moon in Scorpio happening in 2021. The first fun fact is in this part of the sky where the zodiac sign Scorpio is, this new moon is actually clearing space, clearing way for the brand new eclipse cycle that's happening at the end of November. Now, for the last 18 months, the eclipses that have been happening in the sky have been heavily focused in the zodiac sign of Gemini and Sagittarius. So in this area of our birth chart, in this area of our lives, we've been noticing a shedding and a rebirthing, a growing and a releasing in Gemini and Sagittarius areas of our life. And this has been going on for 18 months. And now, finally, here at the end of November, at the next full moon on November 19th, those nodal placements of the moon, the eclipse placements of the moon, are going to be switching signs, moving into a different area of our lives, of our birth chart, helping us shed and release in brand new ways, starting this next chapter of 18 months of the eclipses being in Scorpio and Taurus. So this new moon in Scorpio is this new beginning in this area that is going to set the stage, that's going to set the placement for the nodes to shift into Scorpio and then Taurus, directly opposite the sky, directly opposite the chart. So this is major for us. We get this opportunity at the new moon to set a new beginning, set a new intention for 18 months of our life. And then when the eclipses begin at this full moon on the 19th, it's going to be this beautiful transformation. Again, Scorpio, transformation, Phoenix rising from the ashes, this growing from the rubble we're sitting in right now. So if there's an area of your life that just feels like it is in pieces, it's in shambles, you don't know how to find your way out of it, it's just like a bomb blew up and there's just pieces of scraps laying around you. Don't worry, this energy, this Phoenix rising from the ashes, this Scorpio death and rebirth transformation is coming for us at the time of this new. Is that it's happening on November 4th, 2021. And in numerology, those numbers equal up to 11. And 11 is a very sacred, magical number in numerology, right? A lot of people know about 1111. But think of it this way, the number 11 is the gateway to our intuition. I always see the 11s and I think of the 11 as like little antennas, right? Reaching up into our higher selves, reaching up into the ethereal world and connecting us with information and intuition. So not only, like I said, is new moon in Scorpio is an intuitive sign because it's in water energy and the moon being our emotions. We already have that heightened intuition around a new moon in a water sign. But now it's happening on November 4th, 2021, which is numerology of 11. The intuition gateway. So again, expect a lot of messages, a lot of ahas, a lot of secrets to come to light, a lot of things that you've been processing all of a sudden seem to make sense that like were right in front of you, but you dug deep enough to understand them. So these are two fun facts about this new moon in Scorpio. Let's dive into the aspects that the other planets are making at this time so that we can better understand the message that these life coach planets are bringing to us during this new moon in Scorpio. So before we dive into the aspects, let's peek at this chart. Overall, I'm going to just say that this is a test of endurance. This is a time where we want to go faster. All these planets came out of retrograde, right? We had 7 planets come out of retrograde, and we are ready to run for our dreams again. We have this rebirth of energy, and we're ready to rock and roll. But this new moon is a message to slow down. We need to test our endurance. It's a long game here, right? It's about doing things in a very stable, foundational, structured way. That is 2021 for us. It's a 5-year, it's a year of change. But we need to do things with endurance, not running forward. And also at this new moon, from the placements of these planets, I'm just going to say this outright, is you're going to feel super irritable. Leading up into this new moon and all the way into next week, this is a very volatile energy. This is a very fire energy. This is a very irritable, like, I can't believe this is happening to me energy. So if you are feeling that irritability, it's a good opportunity at this new moon to move your body. Get that stuck and stagnant energy out, because there's a lot of shakeups and a lot of chaos happening in the sky this week. So let's start with the new moon. The moon and the sun at the time of a new moon are conjunct in the sky. I say they're hugging it out. They're meeting again after 28 days of being apart and connecting again for this new chapter, new cycle as we dive into this new moon in Scorpio. And it's happening at 12 degrees of Scorpio. So we can see that here. But what is happening across the sky, who is staring directly at the new moon at this time, is Uranus over here in Taurus. And Uranus has been here shaking up everything to do with for the last 2.5 years. So he's already made a permanent residence here in Taurus. And he's going to be there all the way until 2026. Uranus is the planet of sudden, jolting change. He is the life coach to us that comes to us when we need to make a decision, when we need to make a change, but we're not doing it. It's that relationship we need to let go of, but we're just holding on too tightly. It's the move that we need to make out of our apartment into a new environment, but we're too scared to take the leap of faith. Uranus will come in when we're too afraid to make a decision and actually force our hand, force us to make the decision through an external circumstance. So Uranus can be a very difficult teacher to us. And at this time, he has been making his home in Taurus, in this area of our birth chart, shaking things up left and right, throwing us curveballs. And at the time of this new moon, again, remember, this new moon in Scorpio is all about transformation and setting a new stage in the area of Scorpio where the nodes, the eclipses are going to start happening for us over the next 18 months. He is staring down that new moon. You can see in the chart, he is staring directly across the sky from Taurus, where he's made his home, looking directly at this new moon and saying, at this time, it's time to make a change. I am going to shake things up. And he's a lightning bolt kind of change person. He doesn't wait. It's like, boom, boom, gonna make it happen. You're gonna have to deal with it. How do you like it now? So at this new moon, you might get this sudden, unexpected surprise or secret revealed. Remember, Scorpio, secrets revealed to you in a way that you're going to have to make a decision. You're going to have to force your hand and do something about it. But not only is Uranus staring down the sun and the moon in Scorpio, he's going to be putting a heavy emphasis staring down all the planets in Scorpio. So right now it's just the sun and the moon, but you can see here at 3 degrees of Scorpio, we also have Mars. So Mars is about to go over 12 degrees Scorpio, staring down Uranus. And then Mercury over here at 28 degrees of Libra, tomorrow he's about to move into Scorpio, and then he'll be making that path across the 12-degree mark, staring down Uranus. So Uranus is sitting here saying, I see you, sun, I see you, moon, I'm about to see you, Mars, and I'm about to see you, Mercury. So I'm going to change up your core, the sun. Then I'm going to change up your emotions. Then I'm going to change up your ambition and your drive, right? Mars, your go-getter. Then I'm going to change up your communication and the way you think, because Mercury rules our mind, our mental state. So this is a time of change and shift, and that's why I said next week in the astrology is going to be a very volatile one. So hold on as Uranus shakes things up for us. But remember, what he's shaking up, the external things and the decisions we haven't been able to make are all for our greater good. They're to lead us on our path, to shift us back into our destiny. When we have eclipses, where they are in our charts is actually just helping us get to our north node. The eclipse, the north node eclipse in the sky is going to be in Taurus, hanging out with Uranus in Taurus, who's already been shaking up Taurus spots in our life, and now the north node is moving there. Our destiny, our purpose moving forward. And the south node, our past, our karma, what we need to let go of, what doesn't serve us anymore, is moving into Scorpio, which is where this new moon is right now, clearing the past so we can release, so we can transform, so we can let go. So this is what's happening in the sky. So let's take that one level deeper, which makes this even more intense. Uranus staring down the new moon. But Uranus, over this entire year of 2021, has been having a really difficult conversation with Saturn. He's been in a square with Saturn. So we can see Uranus here, and we can see Saturn over here making a square. And they've had already 2 of the 3 conversations that they're going to have this year. 3 exact squares in the sky, a 90-degree angle. And Saturn is over here in Aquarius, where he is wanting us to create more structure, more of a foundation, more discipline, more routine. Saturn is all about slow and steady wins the race. We got to put things on brick by brick, and we got to do it the right way. But Uranus is like, I want to break free, I want to liberate, I want to shake things up, I want to take the shackles off, I want to do it my way. And Saturn's like, no, buddy, that's not how it's going to work. If you want to do things your own way and you want to think outside the box, we got to set your foundation. So when things blow up, we got somewhere to go home to, so we can go back to our foundation. And so there's this energy in the sky where we want to run ahead, like I said, run ahead and get moving with our lives. But Uranus has been in this really tough conversation with Saturn, and now Uranus is staring down the new moon while he's still having this tough conversation with Saturn. And then therefore, because there's an opposition between the sun and the moon and Uranus and a square to Saturn, what then does that mean for the new moon? There is then a square also from the new moon to Saturn. And we can see that here in the chart. There is what we call a T square. You can see the T in the sky, right? There is the opposition, and then there's the square. That's a T, right? A T. So this is a really tough conversation where the new moon is also being involved in the drama between Saturn and Uranus. And again, new moons and new beginnings, and Saturn's over here saying, we can have a new beginning. We have to create that foundation, right? So we're setting a foundation in the Aquarius areas of our life. Uranus is over here blowing up the Taurus area of our life. Now, the one thing that's beautiful about Taurus is all about lavishness and luxury and pleasure and what feels really good to us. So everything that's being blown up for us at this time is to bring more pleasure into our lives. So stay tuned, because the next full moon is going to be in Taurus, where Uranus is. So we're going to talk a lot more about that. And that's also when the eclipses start happening in Taurus. So much more information on Taurus and pleasure and joy and all these good things coming to our lives. But just remember, at the time of this new moon, we're setting new intentions to transform an area of our life so that we can bring in more joy, more pleasure, more lavishness, more luxury, more enjoyment. Also, we need to talk about Mars. Remember I said that Scorpio is ruled by the planet Mars. So when we have a new moon in the zodiac sign of Scorpio, we need to find the ruler. Where is he in this chart? What conversation is he having with this new moon? So Mars, where is Mars? Well, we can see Mars is really close to the new moon. He's at 3 degrees of Scorpio. The new moon is at 12 degrees of Scorpio. So he actually just entered Scorpio. He just came home. He's the ruler here. So he came home. He's back into his home territory in his full power, ready to make some major moves. Mars is all about our ambition and our drive. So Mars is over here really firing up this energy, really forcing us to transform so we can keep going, so we can keep moving in our lives. And because Saturn is at 7 degrees of Aquarius, Mars is at 3 degrees, he's about to join this whole T-square chaos between Uranus and Saturn and the new moon at 12 degrees. He's at 3 degrees of Scorpio, and in a couple days, he'll be at 12 degrees, joining this jumble of energetic chaos in the sky. So that's coming up for us next week. Make sure you hop over to the holistic.soul.sisters Instagram page. I'm going to be starting to do every Saturday on Instagram Live, What's in the Stars Saturday. So we're going to talk about Mars joining this chaotic energy at that time. And then lastly, we have Venus. Venus rules Taurus. So let's talk about her really quick. Venus is over here at the last couple degrees of Sagittarius, and she's about to jump into Capricorn. When she is in Capricorn, she's going to be there for 4 months straight, which is very unusual. She usually speeds through a zodiac sign in about 1 month, moves on to the next, moves on to the next. So at the time of this new moon, she's about to jump into the next phase of her life. hanging out for 4 months, doing a retrograde in this area of our lives. And Venus, because she rules Taurus, is all about beauty and luxury and our pleasure and our joy. So this is a time for us to really start setting intentions, new moon, setting intentions on what will bring us joy, what would bring us more pleasure in our life, because we're about to clear space for that to enter into our lives. So hopefully this aspect made some sense for you. You can better understand the energy. It's a time for us to get really clear, to understand that unexpected secrets, unexpected things might be coming towards us, but they're all for our greater good. And lastly, I'm gonna give you guys some things that you can do at the time of this new moon to harness this energy and to benefit your life as we move forward into the Scorpio Taurus eclipse season. So one thing you're gonna wanna do is pay attention to your dreams. Scorpio rules the underworld and our dreams and our intuition. So you might be getting messages during your dreams. This is a perfect time if you have the 2021 Retrograde Astrology Journal and you open up to the new moon, you'll see the ritual I put in here is all about a dream journal. Put a book or a journal next to your bed, and when you wake up in the morning, just jot down anything you remember. It doesn't even have to be full sentences. It could be objects or themes or emotions that you felt in that dream. Start to pay attention to the themes and the things that come up over and over again. It could be a message for you. And then also something you can do is to do some deep dive into your emotions. Why are you reacting to certain things? Are there things that are triggering you? Are there things that you're not understanding why you respond in a certain way? Dive into your emotions. Don't be afraid to go there. This is a perfect time to do some inner healing, some inner child work, to dive into some traumas, some sexual trauma, some anger issues. This is the perfect energy to set an intention on wanting to release that energy that is holding you back from bringing joy and pleasure into your life. And lastly, a thing you could do at this new moon is to do some oracle cards or deal with a pendulum or anything that deals with crystals in the occult world. Scorpio rules the occult, the witchy part of us, so dive into that in your ritual for the new moon. So that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit like and subscribe so you can see the upcoming video for the full moon in Taurus, which starts off that eclipse cycle. I'm also going to be posting some Wellness Wednesday videos coming up for the holidays on how you can stay healthy through the holiday season and how you can travel like me as a health coach and stay healthy. And also a huge announcement on 11/11, the 2022 Retrograde Astrology Journal will be going live as a pre-sale, so make sure you order your copies so that you get it in time for the holidays, you get it in time for 2022. I'm so excited, I revamped it and I can't wait to show you guys, so make sure you're following holistic.soul.sisters on Instagram where you'll get a little preview. I hope this new moon in Scorpio treats you well, brings up some secrets that you can handle, and we can move on into the next chapter of our lives. I will catch you guys in the next video.